Hi, I think there could be a trade here. Come on.
Order filled.
Okay, so, alright. Let me make sure this is exactly 1-to-1. Okay. So let me show you what I was thinking here. So look, we have the overnight lows here, overnight highs, and it's a breakout pullback of the overnight highs, and we had this range here, which it could be extended now, but, there was consistent resistance around this area. Um, it's a second entry from here, first entry short, second entry short. We have an early bounce here, this uptrend break, new high. So I was thinking that it looked pretty decent. There's no short-term trend line blocking the entry. It does have to go through the EMA, but that's that's okay because we're in a range and the EMA doesn't matter as much in a range. So I'll just let this trade play out and then we'll start the usual video. Alright, let's just get down there. Alright, let's see. Let's see, so my target is exactly 11 ticks, so that is 2.75 points. Um, today felt pretty slow, but I actually did pretty well. And now, come on, there we go. All right, so perfect. 11 more ticks. Let me just mark that. I need to make that 2.75. All right, so 2.75 points. Great. I'm glad I could record that. Um, that was nice. So anyway, now I'm just gonna start the normal video. So anyway, we started with these overnight highs, overnight lows. I thought that it fit the best there. Sometimes I couldn't really tell because it had like these couple bounces here. I thought maybe it could be like right here, but I ended up leaving it here. Either way, it never went up there today. So we had a couple legs down, or here, I'm not gonna do it that broadly. I started around right here. We came off the lows, then we pushed below the EMA. We started to have a bearish imbalance in the range, and we just had trouble getting through the EMA, and then we pushed through, and then we went right back down. So that confirmed the bearish bias for me. So we have this down. I wasn't really wanting to buy off these lows here because of the bearish imbalance. So I just didn't want to do anything. I was thinking if we rushed above the EMA and held, then we could get something. But that just never happened. So we kept going down. We get this first entry short, second entry short. There's no way you can take that. Not a good signal bar. You just don't want to enter there. Then we do have another push up. Still no good entry. You don't really want to go into the lows of the day like that. Then we have this leg down, and then after we pushed up higher, we got this first entry short, second entry short failure, I saw this move down, move up, so I drew these highs, moved the lows down here. I had a range drawn. Then we went into this uptrend. We had a break, first attempt higher, second attempt higher, and this was my first trade. I used a limit order. I'll explain it. So we had uptrend, break, first attempt higher, second attempt higher, failure. Okay? And then we had this short-term downtrend, break, first leg down, second leg down. So it was the second leg down for this downtrend, this new high, and it was the second attempt to make a new high for this uptrend off of the highs of this range and a breakout pullback of the overnight lows. So I thought that that was really good, and it closed below the EMA, and then I ended up entering with a limit order um, a few ticks back. I think it was on the end of this bar, but the target and stop ended up being 4 points, and I got out pretty fast. So then here, I wasn't really looking to buy because I was kind of biased going short at this point um, because of having the bearish imbalance, and then we broke out. But with range rules, I probably could have bought, um, but I was just going with my gut. But then we have a first entry short, second entry short, failure, and it just didn't close above the EMA, and you wouldn't really want to enter in the middle of a range anyway, which I sometimes will enter in the middle of a range, but it's all about the context, and there's not a very good setup here. You really want a reversal pattern to be above the EMA. Um, so then we have these lows and these highs starting to form in this range. Then we have a break, first attempt higher, second attempt higher, and then this downtrend starts to form, and we have a break. And so this was a similar trade. It's a breakout of this range, expecting it to fail. It's a breakout pullback of this overnight low that ended up not fading, and so that's what I was thinking. Downtrend break, expecting new low, has good context. It's also a second entry short, so I thought that it was worth taking for 1-to-1. And I was also thinking that my range could be extended to here now at this point because of these two highs. But so that's what I was thinking there. Worked out pretty fast. Then we didn't reach the low. And by the way, I was trying to draw something like this, but it never fit. It didn't really hold here. And then we only had one bounce here, so I ultimately deleted it. Um, just by the way. And then we had a push down. We did not reach the lows. And so at that point, I was thinking, okay, we might start to turn. Might have a bullish imbalance inside of this range. And so then we turned up. And then I was looking for a short still. That didn't completely sway me out of wanting to go short, but I just wanted like a really good setup. And so here we have this uptrend. We have a break, first attempt higher, second attempt higher. This really doesn't look that bad, but I I was kind of scared. I really wanted a good setup below the EMA because of this imbalance that started to happen. So that's I did not want to take that, but it really doesn't look that bad. Um, and yeah, so then we just went in this range. We broke out, failed, and then here we had another bounce off these high right here. So it's a triple top breakout. It fails. There's really no setups because you can't really enter into these lows, and there's not much room, and I don't like to scalp for less than 1-to-1. And then here we have two legs down, and then we bounce early again, and there's kind of this resistance right here, but obviously the lows of the range is still down here. So we had a double bottom, and then we had this second entry short, which formed this uptrend, and then a break, a new high. And then one of the reasons I liked this was because it was a breakout pullback of this right here, this range as well. Um, kind of gave me more reason to like it. It's a second entry short on a bigger picture, so two larger legs up off the highs and this breakout pullback. Yeah, so I thought it was a pretty decent trade. But even if it wasn't a breakout pullback, because it could have been more like right here and then out of play, I still do like the two big legs up to the highs. Um, highs of the range and it also being the overnight lows breakout pullback. So I felt pretty good about this. I'm glad I could record it. So yeah, that's 3 trades, 4 points, 3 points, 2.75 points. I'm definitely glad I could record that. That was my first live trade I've recorded. Um, I don't like recording trades live. It's not something I've ever really considered doing, but I was literally starting the video, and then I was like, oh, there's a trade. I might as well just record it. You know. Um, but yeah. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. Hope you had a really good trading day. Um, and that's it for the video. I'll see you next time.